Hello, students. Welcome back to class. Are you hungry? Do you need a snack? No problem. You can go get one. As long as it is a vegetable, fruit, a nut, or a seed. Any kind of legume, anything that comes from the earth or from a tree, but no dead animals in our class. Okay, no eggs, no milk, no cheese, no animal products. Okay, no bacon. None of those things are allowed in class because this is a class of compassion. We are a compassionate class. We do not want to hurt any animals at all. In fact, in our school, you are not allowed to bring one single animal product through the doors. This is a sacred space. This is our school. There's no leather allowed in here and no wool. We will not do anything cruel. In the cafeteria, 100% vegan foods only. Sound good? Great, you're in the right place. I am having some cucumbers. And today we're going to be evaluating a presentation. It's going to be a little competition, a friendly competition between two people who have already presented. Well, not already presented. Pancho is one of them who has already presented. Pancho has done several videos already, and so I know all about his presentations. And today we're going to be listening to Tash Peterson. Tash Peterson has a 3-minute video here. I haven't actually yet seen it. So as I'm going through, I'm going to see what Tash does. If she does something I like or don't like, I'm going to compare it to Pancho and give either of them a check mark or an X, okay? And remember, a check means it's good and an X means it's not so good and you need to improve. All right, you guys have your snacks? Go on, you can still get a banana or something. Go get a banana or an apple. Those things are easy to eat, a carrot. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's have a look here. So let's see. This girl is Tash Peterson. She's 26 years old, and I've got my columns here, and I'm ready to go. You guys ready too? You want to grade as well? Anytime you see something good, do the same thing as I do. It's really easy. It's kind of fun. Makes you pay attention a little bit more when you're actually writing down and you're engaged. Okay, let's listen. Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Stadium field today to draw attention to the Direct Action Everywhere campaign.
Oh, I think I missed something at the beginning. Let me go back again. I missed the first words.
Stadium field today to draw attention.
Oh no, it's not me. It's actually cut. Something about the stadium today.
To the Direct Action Everywhere campaign, the right to rescue. We believe that if an animal is sick, suffering or dying, that we have the right to help them.
Okay. So she sounds like she's from Australia, and she's saying that she believes that when an animal is sick or dying, that she has a right to help the animal. Does that make sense to you guys? Sounds about right to me. Sounds kind of normal. All right, let's give her a check mark. All right. Now I'm trying to remember, did Pancho talk about the animals and his willingness or his desire or his feeling that he needs to go in there and rescue them? Did he talk about the animals that way? No, he didn't. So we're going to give him an X, and Tash Peterson has a check mark. Let's keep listening.
When I found out what was happening to animals in farms and slaughterhouses right here in Australia, I knew I had to do something.
Oh, the poor chicken. Isn't it sad? Look at that. This chicken can't even stand up. And these are the chickens that get put on trucks. And then they cut off their legs and you eat them. That's not okay. Now she's showing this in her presentation, which is good because she cares about the animals. She's showing some compassion. So I'm going to give her a check mark for that. Okay. Did Pancho show any animals in pain? Did he talk about helping them in any of his presentations? No. By the way, this young lady's name is V-gan Booty. V-gan Booty. She has 2,000 subscribers. Let's keep listening.
My friends are in court this week, facing decades in jail for trying to expose the suffering of animals in WA farms.
Okay, so she hangs out with people who care so much about the animals that they are willing to even break some laws to save them. Now, normally you're never supposed to break laws, right? Their laws are there for a reason. Such as a red light, you have to stop at a red light because you don't want to bump into other cars, you don't want to hit a pedestrian. It makes sense, right? And laws like you shouldn't steal, they make sense because things that don't belong to you, you shouldn't take. But in this industry, they steal the animals' lives from them. And so if the people of a society are not obeying the laws, then it is our moral responsibility to speak out and draw attention to what's going on and to tell our politicians and other citizens, hey, whoops, it's this way. Oh, I was having trouble with the pointing. It's always the opposite. But you see, hey, this doesn't look right to me. Look at these pigs. They're all in the dark with metal bars around them. That doesn't look very natural. Let's go back a little bit more to make sure we heard everything.
This week, facing decades in jail.
So her friends are facing decades in jail. Do you know what a decade is? A decade is 10 years. So decades means 1 or 2 of those. So 10 or 20 years her friends are facing. They might go to jail for that long.
For trying to expose the suffering of animals in WA farms. Inside of a piggery, they found mother pigs stuck in metal crates, unable to turn around, laying in their own feces. They found garbage bins piled with dead piglets and cut off tails from piglets.
Oh no. So they went undercover. That means they snuck into these buildings to show how badly people were handling these animals. Now, I know from my own experience that when I see this kind of thing, it is not just a one-time thing. These are standard practices in these industries all around the world. She's in Australia, but it happens everywhere because animals are treated like objects in our society. And that's why vegan animal rights activists are always speaking out, because we want to draw attention to that. And you see the shirt she's wearing? See that? It says DXE. That stands for Direct Action Everywhere. That's a group of people. You can look it up if you want to on the internet. They're a group of people who want to expose what's going on. They believe in directly acting right then and there to save animals that are in harm. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to give her a check mark for being part of a group that's a caring group. It's not like she's joined some group of a gang who's trying to sell drugs or hurt people. She's part of a gang that wants to save the most innocent among us. Now let's see, I didn't hear Pancho talking about any group of people. In fact, the only group of people that I've ever seen him interact with or heard him interact with is with a bunch of people who play these video games where they're shooting things. So I'm going to give him an X for that. And I've never seen Tash or in any presentation, and what I see here is she doesn't seem like a violent person. I don't see any action that shows that she's a violent person. Let's keep listening though. You never know. Sometimes these people can fool us.
This is all standard legal industry practice. My friends rescued a bobby calf named Theodore from a dairy farm here in WA. Theodore was taken to a sanctuary to live out the rest of his life in peace. But when the police found out, they took him back to the farm.
What? What? There was a baby cow suffering? And they took the baby cow to try to help the baby cow? And the police took the baby cow back to the people that were harming him or her? Oh my God, that's horrible. What?
Legal industry practice. My friends rescued a bobby calf named Theodore from a dairy farm here in WA.
Theodore, I guess he's a boy.
Theodore was taken to a sanctuary to live out the rest of his life in peace.
A sanctuary is a place where they help animals, where they have little barns and they feed them and they give them hay and love and attention, and they are helped. It's not the same thing as a zoo, because a zoo is a place where they put animals, but it's there to make money. A sanctuary doesn't make any money. A sanctuary is usually a place run by caring, really caring people, people who give a shit about the animals. They really care. And they often don't have that much money, but they can't bear to leave these animals suffering. So if they have a land somewhere, people bring them and say, hey, can you take care of this baby cow or these chickens, because I found them on the side of the road, or whatever, and they're injured. And these people they have the biggest hearts, and so they say, okay, sure, yeah, no problem. But then they're often stuck because they don't really have enough money to pay for the medical bills, or to pay for the food, or to pay for the bandages, or whatever it is, or to pay to make building a new little barn for them. But they have so much compassion in their hearts. So they have trouble saying no. Oh my goodness. Can you even imagine that? You rescue a baby animal and you think that everything's okay. The poor sweetheart. And then they come and take him away and bring him back. Do you know why they would do that? Because they think of animals as objects, like carrots and potatoes. They don't think of them as having a heart, as having feelings. And we all know that animals have feelings. Can you imagine if that was a puppy that was suffering, and somebody went and rescued a puppy and was like running away and trying to get the puppy to safety, and then the police came and said, nope, give me back the puppy. We're going to bring it back to the people who are abusing it. That would never happen, right? Why is that? Because of speciesism. Speciesism is where you think that one type of an animal is more important than another. And it's only because of the way you've been raised. We are all taught from a young age to think that way, and it's not right. That's why here at my school, I don't teach that way. Here at our school, we teach compassion for everyone, to be kind to everyone, and we invite everybody to become vegan animal rights activists. And we show you how. Let's have a look. Listen some more.
But when the police found out, they took him back to the farm. Bobby calves like Theodore are often killed at just 5 days old.
They kill them at just 5 days old, baby boy cows. Do you know why? If you were listening in my other classes, you would know. It's because the baby boys will never grow up to be able to give milk. And in the dairy industry, if a mother cow has a baby boy, he's considered to be useless. So they take him away from his mother and they kill him. And they slice up his body. And they call that veal. If you ever go to the grocery store and you're looking around in the meat section for veal, it's a baby boy cow. It's horrible what we do. You know, my mother-in-law, she's 80, she's going to be 81. And several years ago when we became vegan, she wasn't vegan yet, but she was getting older, and she lives in Italy, and she was coming to stay with us during part of the year. And I remember she went shopping and she came back and she put in our fridge some veal, a package of veal. And I was just becoming, I'd just become vegan, and I had seen these poor innocent cows being treated so badly. And I looked inside the fridge and I looked at the flesh of this baby cow and I started crying. Like, I couldn't look at meat the same way ever again, because to me it was just a body part of an innocent baby. And so I said to my husband, I said, this is not going to work out. She's going to have to learn about the animals and become vegan like us, because we can't have dead animal products in our home. And he said, you're right. We're going to have to start to show her some stuff and teach her and educate her about what goes on. And so we did. And she became vegan at the age of 77. Can you imagine how amazing that is? So if she can become vegan, an Italian woman who ate cheese and sausages for her whole life, then don't you think that maybe you can too? Yeah.
To live out the rest of his life in peace. But when the police found out, they took him back to the farm. Bobby calves like Theodore are often killed at just 5 days old.
The animal rights activist who ran onto the ground during WA's first ever AFL Women's Derby says she's not sorry for the stadium stunt. Her actions have drawn harsh criticism. She's been banned from Optus for 3 years and is now facing a $12,000 fine. But the 26-year-old says she would do it again.
A $12,000 fine. So you might think, why is she running onto this field? What does that have to do with anything? But it's called disrupting society. And that's what I do on TikTok. It's basically drawing a lot of attention to the issue of animals and their rights. And in this case, she's doing it on purpose because she wants people to film her so that she will be interviewed, so that the interviewer will talk about it on the TV station, so that then she will be interviewed and she can talk about what's going on and she can show the undercover footage. Did Pancho do anything like that? Did he risk anything at all to help the innocent victims of our society, the innocent animals? No. I'll give her a check mark. I'll give, what's her name? V-gan booty. V-gan booty. She gets a check mark. She's a hero. She is a hero. You know, this could be very dangerous for her. She could get tackled and hurt. She could have her neck snapped. She could have her arms hurt, broken bones. Imagine how much her heart is pumping before doing that. She was, I'm sure, very nervous. She doesn't want to hurt anybody. She doesn't want to bother anybody at the stadium. She just wants to get people to stop eating animals and exploiting them and stealing their milk and their eggs.
It was a wonderful finish, but it was all about this clunk in the goal square. Big finish and nailed.
In front of more than 35,000 people, Tash Peterson hit the ground running, leaping from the grandstand to grandstand her cause.
Okay guys, an animal rights activist has just crossed the lines onto Optus Stadium.
Peterson held a banner that read, "Right to Rescue."
And the purpose of my action was on behalf of the animals who are suffering immensely in abhorrent conditions.
Fremantle midfielder Kiara Bowers laid her 19th tackle for the game to stop the...
Wow. I think she's saying, the reporter is saying that it was one of the soccer players, I think it's soccer, but they call it football, player is the one who stopped her just by stopping her. But she said it was a tackle, so I'm a bit confused. I'm just going to go back a little bit here and understand.
Immensely in abhorrent conditions.
Fremantle midfielder Kiara Bowers.
Okay, Fremantle midfielder. So this is the one who stopped her.
Bowers laid her 19th tackle for the...
Her 19th tackle. They call it a tackle. She tackled an animal rights activist.
Game to stop the activist in her tracks. Her actions have drawn criticism, but she says...
So her actions have drawn criticism. What kind of people do you think are criticizing her? Do you think that people who eat animals are criticizing her? I'll bet you they are. Do you think it's people that eat the eggs that are stolen from chickens? Do you think they're the ones? I'll bet. What about people who drink milk? I'll bet you they are too. They don't want her to run there and to draw attention to it because it makes them feel guilty, makes them feel bad. They know they shouldn't be eating and consuming these products that come from these terrible cycles of violence. So they complain. But you know, if we had a vegan world, everybody could play these sports in peace and there would be no disruption because there would be no need for a disruption. Because society would be love-filled, filled with love, filled with compassion. Pancho, did you ever make a sign like that to help the animals? Trying to think back to your presentations. I don't remember seeing any signs in your presentation that said that you love animals or that you care about them. And in fact, you don't even have to love animals in order to be vegan. Because being vegan is just about being decent. It's like, I don't love all of my neighbors, but I don't want any harm to come to them. I know that they have a right to their body integrity, to their lives, to freedom, to be able to see the sunshine outside, not be stuck in a dark, gloomy building surrounded by feces and urine. A prison. A concentration camp. Animals are living a holocaust. They are living a terrible, terrible life of enslavement. It's not okay what we do to them. This young lady is a role model. This young lady is brave. This young lady is a hero.
She isn't sorry.
Like, I understand that, you know, it's an important game for them, but yeah, I don't apologize. I'm willing to put myself out there for these animals because, yeah, I've seen their suffering and I want to be a voice for them.
Tash Peterson has been banned from the venue for 3 years by Optus Stadium and charged by police for trespassing.
I saw somewhere that it said that she was a lifeguard. I know she's really in good shape. So I guess she felt good doing that because she knew that she could run really fast. So that would be a good activism for her because she could use what she has, her strength and her running abilities. So she's been banned from going into that stadium for 3 years. I don't think she minds too much.
The second dash could cost her $12,000. It's not the first time Peterson has caused controversy.
Horse racing kills.
She's protested in a number of supermarkets, dressed as a cow, even in a bloodied apron.
Okay. So she's done lots of different activism, lots of different direct action.
Would you do it all again?
Let's go back again.
It's not the first time Peterson has...
So we see her here standing with other animal rights activists, and she's protesting.
Caused controversy.
Horse racing kills.
She's protesting horse racing. Now you might think to yourself, what's wrong with horse racing? They're just racing. But they push the horses so hard, so strong. They force them to go so fast that they sometimes fall and break their leg. And do you know what they do when they break their legs? They don't fix them. They kill them. They kill the horse. The horse didn't do one single thing wrong. The horse was bred into existence. The mother was forced to have a baby. Then her baby is forced to be broken in spirit. That means they break the spirit of these animals. They break their spirit of a horse. Horses want to run wild. They don't want to be ridden. They don't want to be forced to have something in their mouth, a metal bit. They don't want to be forced to have a human on their back. It looks like they might like that because their spirits have been broken. They have no choice. They won't get fed. They often get hit if they don't behave, if they don't run fast enough. It's not okay. Horseback riding is not okay. Any kind of animal use or abuse is not okay. I didn't see Pancho in any videos standing in a group of people to protest any kind of animal cruelty. So let's give her a check mark for that. And he got an X for that.
She's protested in a number of supermarkets, dressed as a cow, even in a bloodied apron.
Okay, so she wore a bloodied apron and she went to the supermarket. Would you be brave enough to stand up in a supermarket and draw attention to yourself and your message on your sign to try to get the customers to not eat dead flesh, dead innocent animals? Would you do that? Would you be nervous? Would you be nervous? Most people are nervous doing anything in front of people. She is so brave to do this. I'm sure she would much rather be on a beach somewhere if she's a lifeguard. I'm sure this is probably something that she would rather not do. But she does it because she's a vegan animal rights activist. And she cares.
Cow, even in a bloodied apron.
Would you do it all again?
Yes, 100%.
Peterson will face court in March. Brittany Hoskins, 7 News.
Just stadium field today.
Wow. Willing to risk going to jail. It's called civil disobedience. And you know, in the past, when there were other oppressed groups, they also had to endure civil disobedience. They had to be part of it. They had to stand their ground. They had to yell and scream and disrupt traffic to get attention. Women wanted the right to vote. You know, women used to be treated as objects too. They were not allowed to vote. And they fought. And thankfully, there were some good men who fought along with them and said, you know what? It's true. My wife should be allowed to vote. My daughter should be allowed to vote. She's an adult now. And boys and men would say, my sister should be allowed to vote. And so there were some good men helping. Now, where are all the good men helping Tash right now? Tash Peterson. Wouldn't it have been amazing if hundreds of animal rights activists had run onto the field with her? Now that would be amazing. They couldn't catch them all. But people are scared. People are nervous, and rightfully so. They could have broken bones. They could be seriously injured. Well, I would like you to look at your own scores. What did you write? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 check marks for Tash Peterson. And unfortunately, no check marks for Pancho. So, Tash Peterson wins. Tash Peterson is our hero of the day. Now let's have another bite of our fruit or vegetable. I'm having a cucumber. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the button there. Tap it, I guess. Not hit it. Tap the button if you want to see more videos. If you would like me to analyze your video, let me know. Post something and tag me in it. Oh, also, Tash Peterson, congratulations too. Your video was under 10 minutes. That makes it actually easier for me to evaluate it. Should be under 10 minutes, your presentation. So that's good too. Wow. Fantastic. I would love to meet you one day, Tash Peterson. I really would. Wow. 26. She's just a bit younger than my sons. I wonder if she has a boyfriend yet. I should hook them up. Do you know what she does? She actually pretends that she's my daughter over on TikTok. Now, I hadn't seen this video yet, but I did see a couple of videos by her. She tells everybody that vegan teacher is her mom, which I find is okay. Whatever. It's cute. But I've never met her in real life. I've never done a FaceTime with her or anything. We've just seen each other's work. So Tash Peterson, I'm very proud of you. And thank you to everybody who watched. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to be vegan if you're not vegan yet. And keep on smiling and keep on being awesome. Bye for now.